came when Jesus was about 2 years old, not when he was a baby. I read this book about another wise man. They were really magi, which means they were physicians, and they studied the stars. This wise man was to meet up with the others, but he got a late start and finally rode out on his horse beside it. As they rode a long way, there was a form lying in the road, and the horse seemed apprehensive, but as they approached, a man was lying there and was terribly sick and had no food. Artaban was the name of the Magi. He knew if he helped, he'd be late to meet up with the others, but he couldn't leave him, so with his knowledge of medicine, he nursed him back to health. Evidently, it took many days. He finally got on his way to Jerusalem to meet up with the others. He came across a desert and didn't know how he was going to cross with no food or water, as he gave all he had to the sick man. He had, I forgot to tell you, that he had a sapphire, a ruby, and a pearl to give to the King Jesus. So he decided to sell the sapphire for food. He finally reached Bethlehem, but no one was around, and he asked everyone where the king was, or a husband and wife that was with the child. Or, never mind, where the king was, or where a husband and wife with child was. He was told by a woman with a small child they had left. Then they heard screaming and crying and soldiers on horses. They were sent by Herod to kill all the firstborn. The mother had just laid her baby down to sleep. They heard a knock, and soldiers were at the door, but Artaban stood in the door to block them from the woman and baby. He told them he was alone, and he would give the prudent captain a jewel if he would leave him alone. He took the ruby and left. Artaban asked for forgiveness as he gave away another gift for Jesus. The woman wept with joy for what he had done. A lot of time had passed, years, as he had gotten to Jerusalem, still hoping to meet the king and his fellow magi. About 33 years had passed. He was told to look for the Messiah among the poor, the lonely, the sorrowful, and oppressed. He was worn and weary and ready to die. He looked all over to find Jesus, the Messiah. There were people rushing around in Jerusalem. He joined them and asked where they were going. They said they are going to Golgotha, outside the city walls, where there is to be an execution. 2 thieves and another called Jesus the Nazareth. He's done many wonderful things in the past, but the priests and elders said he must die because he says he's the Son of God and that he was the King of the Jews. Artaban thought this could be the same born 33 years in Bethlehem whose